First we're meeting the PM's advisor. That's the most exciting one. Conquering my nerves. I've never done anything like this before. I'm really excited. Getting the politicians to listen to what I'm saying and to maybe write a note and give it to their boss and talk about it.
I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time doing anything like this. But we had a whole day of training yesterday, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
The politicians need a voice from the youth to tell them how urgent it is that they start to take serious action on climate change now, not in 2013.
Well, first up, we've got a real die-hard climate denier. We've read his speeches and his press releases. This guy thinks it's all a plot. The communities out there, they still want action on climate change. They really want to see some leadership. They want to see some action. We're not going to go away. This issue's not going to go away. It's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Every year we've been growing stronger. Every time politicians make a decision that's affecting and postponing action for climate change, our membership booms.
Now that's my seat. You can sit anywhere else, but I like to command a meeting.
That together we've got I've presented to 4,000 odd people with the climate project. We've got 52,000 AYCC people. And the unions, that you represent are hugely popular. They start adding that up and seeing the votes that we've got there.
That's right. Yeah.
Very, very successful, I think, so far this morning.
He's actually taking the material to read. Like, he hasn't put on his desk and say, I'm going to look at that later. He said, no, I'm taking this with me now, and I'm going to actually read it.
He's going to try and arrange a photo shoot and give one to the Prime Minister tomorrow, which is wonderful.
They keep trying to get off track, so I love bringing them back and reminding them that they've deflected from what we've asked them to do. And
we just got belted by a very experienced left-wing politician in the Senate.
Insulted and not able to reply to him because he wasn't letting us.
He was suggesting basically that what we were wanting was too much and not politically realistic. So I felt dismissed.
He started talking about how in a circle with myself, Mike and Olivier, about how none of us will be around when climate change happens, and he didn't look me in the eye once. I will be around when climate change happens.
I think it was the most inspiring and awesome meeting we've had. He sat there, he had his lunch with us, had his Chinese tea, said it wasn't urine, that made us feel better. Swore like an old trooper, but he's down to earth and he's there, and I think he's fair dinkum about what he's trying to do. And here he is, the great man himself. How are you, Bill?
What are you blokes plotting around the bloody corridor?
We're just talking about you having your lunch and your cup of tea and all that.
Yeah, oh well, I'm a farmer.
Yes.
It's all about survival.
Yeah, it is.
There's this hubbub down the corridor and Kevin Rudd's just driving towards us, blocked by a bevy of his minders. Yeah, we thought he was kind of meet us. Anyway, I thought back to Anna Rose, who was sort of like Obi-Wan Kenobi appearing to me. She's like, go Joel, it's your moment.
Anyway, he sort of started off talking, I don't know how, I think because I was an architect, he said something about it, small efficient houses, we'll agree on that. There's not much we will probably agree on today, but we agree on that. And then we started talking, and we were talking more about framing things in a positive way rather than negatively. And by the end of it, he said, well, we seem to agree on most things.
Right.
It's interesting how some politicians have actually given us advice about how to work with them, how to approach them. So it's been a learning journey for us about that, which is so invaluable as advocates.
It's been such an amazing learning experience. I've never met a politician before in my life, and I just had 4 back-to-back meetings. I've really learned to just be honest with them, and they're just people, and they're interested in hearing your story, and they're also really interested in sharing their story. So they were most receptive when we really understood their point of view and made an effort to kind of be empathetic with where they were coming from as well, especially with some of the ones who weren't so aligned with the policy that we were proposing. I found that was really helpful.
We started with the PM's advisor, Matt Levy, which was really good. That was an amazing meeting actually. He listened to us and we listened to him, and he said that he was going to take all our messages to the PM. Yay!
Really impressed. Well done.
Thank you. I thought we were all really impressive. The group worked really well.
Yeah.
What's worked well is we've been a team, and so, you know, if you felt for a moment that you might have been floundering, the other member would come in, and I think we'd say they flowed. This has taken that sort of fear factor away from approaching politicians. They're people. And it was very easy to engage them in conversations.
We had a great moment when we were meeting with Senator Anne McEwen, and we're having this quite lively and free dialogue about the options for Labor and the public support, and she's like, oh, you know, it's a shame about the jobs, and straight away we're like, well, now that you mention that, here's this report, ACF, ACTU, all over Australia, in South Australia, we can be creating jobs and cutting pollution with strong action. And she was like, oh, this is good, thank you.
And he said that there was going to be some significant announcements made on climate policy.
Certainly I'm getting a feeling that they're going to come out with something on climate change.
She said that in her going away speech she would mention these issues, which is really supportive.
I sat all the way through that one, and you guys were better than most professional lobbyists that I've sat in meetings with. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You had a far more convincing argument, you were collected, you didn't rush things, you weren't too detailed, you weren't too generalised. You did all the things that we've been telling you to do for the last 8 hours yesterday. And it just blew me away. Like, that was really, really, really good.
Really powerful. Like, I have this message to bring, and that's what I've done.